Same story?
Yeah.
I'll iron it out, hopefully, and not get worse.
Same story, only this time better, okay?
Yeah.
If anybody can think of like a story you really love that he skips, you're welcome to poke him.
You're welcome to ask questions.
Yeah.
Especially as soon as I
you'll
pause.
Repeat the question?
Yeah, I guess that would be best. I repeat the question that's asked. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, because they won't, be heard.
Starting back in Toronto, tell us the story of how this all happened.
How I got here? Yes. Well, I started out by building airplanes in Toronto, and wasn't enjoying that. And also in the automotive sector, and so I was looking for a career change. And at that time, I was really looking for a clear sign, what I should be doing with my life. I was being drawn to the healing arts and out of manufacturing, but at the same time, I was having fabulous success in manufacturing, so it was quite a difficult decision to make to go into being a massage therapist from that. But that's the direction I was going, so I went off on a vision quest and came out west to fast for 4 days and sit at the top of a mountain and wait for a clear answer. And on my way to get my final things together to go off on that vision quest, that's when I was hit by a car while riding a bicycle. And skull was fractured, and I woke up in the hospital and didn't know my name or where I was from, what year it was, or what I used to do for a living, for that matter. And so the answer to my vision quest couldn't be more clear. I will then work in healing, mine, and it'll take a long time. So I was in rehab for the next 5 years, full time, until the court case settled, because it was a car accident. There's lawyers involved and private investigators following you around, taking pictures of you while you do your rehab. So, but at some point, very early on, I decided I needed to take up dance. I had been doing Tai Chi prior to the accident, but dance was something I thought, it was just an intuition. I needed to do something that was fun, lighthearted, and good for my balance, because I had such a balance compromise, especially on my left side. So that's why I started dancing. And shortly after that, my chiropractor said to me, you just keep doing what you're doing. You're healing faster than anybody's realistic expectations. So just keep doing what you're doing. And within a couple of years after the accident, that's when I made the decision that I will build a dance studio. When this is all over, I'll make a dance studio. So that's what I started to do in 2002, was head out west and look for a place to build a studio. And for many reasons, I got driven towards Lasqueti Island, but most notably it was because there's no building inspectors here, so I could do whatever I wanted, and that appealed to me. I wanted to experiment in design and construction. I had no idea how big it was going to be at the time. This is all improvised, so I thought I needed a place just for a few friends to come and dance, and we would do some Tai Chi. But then it just kept getting bigger and bigger as I was building it and redesigned, to the point where, now it's a 10,000 square foot building, 1,000 square meters. And 30 people are here this week from all over the world. We're in the midst of a 6-week-long residency for experienced dancers in contact improvisation. And people have come from long ways to come and play with us here. And I'm quite honored. And today's one of those days. We don't do this particular thing often, but stuff like it.
What's the design of the studio based on?
A couple of things. It is very organic, but there is a painting of a bridge from 12th century China called the Rainbow Bridge, and that's what I designed the truss system off of. And it made sense because when I figured out how they did it, this went together really fast and easy.
guessing whether this would actually happen or not?
I did have concerns about whether or not this would get launched, whether I would ever get it together, whether or not I'd be seriously injured again in the process. When did I know it was going to work? Well, the first workshop, it was like, well, I mean, the building didn't get completed until an hour before the first workshop started. But people came from all over, and they had no idea what they were coming to. There was no photographs of the building yet, so they just registered to do a dance workshop. And there was a full group. There was over 25 people. And then the building was revealed. Now, because of the internet, people see photographs of it everywhere. The studio's famous. I remain anonymous. What are people doing here? People are doing contact improvisation. That's what we do here. And that's a broad statement in itself. Contact improv tends to involve all kinds of the somatic arts. It's many approaches to contact improv. And teachers come here from their various backgrounds and teach their perspective. Always looking for variety. Woo! What were the challenging moments where stacking the rocks? That was hard to be motivated. Now, that took 2 years. And I couldn't get anybody to come and help me stack rocks. There's no volunteers in that one. People are more inspired now, like, yeah, I believe in this, I want to come volunteer, but that time there wasn't, nobody wanted to come stack rocks. And I stacked so many rocks in 2 years that I had changed the musculature of my arms. I looked like a Neanderthal with clenched fists.
How many years did you stack rocks?
2 years. The beauty of stacking rocks as a job is that you don't have to do it all day. It only takes about 4 hours until you're physically exhausted. Then you have to kind of stop. And you can't do it all year either. You have to take time off. Well, the alternative is you permanently damage your body.